I'm going to talk you all through FurnCity's lounge range. Our lounge category is an incredibly strong category as FurnCity. It's one of the things that we do best. Between our lounge suite range and our bedding range, that's really where our core as FurnCity lies. It's where our strength is, it's where our best options are. And we're going to talk quickly through the lounge suites that are on display here, and we'll finish on the beds. Let's turn first here to the Avanti lounge suite. This is a new addition to our range. This is really world-class, global level furniture. It's a massive suite. It's extremely comfortable and soft and durable. This is made in South Africa. It's got the two big high wingback chairs together with ottomans, together with these big two-division, but I would call them three-seater couches. They are massive, loose cushions at the back that can be moved as you require them, incredibly comfortable. This is furniture like the Italians do it. Anybody who's a fan of Italian furniture, Italian art, Italian decor, this lounge suite will speak to them. And we've got big expectations for the performance of the suite. It's already started moving well. Customers love it. It is a value for money suite, even notwithstanding the price. The price is there, but the value that you get for that price is massive with this suite. It is really world-class, high quality, top comfort, very durable, and we know it already is and will continue to be a very popular range with your clients. As I say, anybody's into Italian furniture, this design, these colors, this spec will really speak to them. So I look forward to selling these for many years to come. If we move on, we're going to go to Atlanta.
Yes.
That's right. I'll hand over to Charles. This is an imported suite that Charles will know more about, so let's let Charles talk us through it.
The Atlanta lounge suite is a suite that I buy from a dedicated lounge supplier that comes out of the Far East. The Atlanta lounge suite is a corner unit, which is a true 5-seater. What you guys will find often with corner units is that you've got a 2-seater, you've got your wedge, and you've got a 2-seater. Now, people would like to make you believe that the wedge is also a seat on its own, but guys will notice on the smaller suites, the wedge is a wedge, it's not a seat. So if there's a person sitting at this end of the 2-seater and that end of the 2-seater, there's no space for anyone to sit on the wedge, except if it's a small child that you can put up against the bed.
I'm a big person and I can sit comfortably in this wedge.
The Atlanta lounge suite, what makes this quite special is the fact that you've got pocket coil seating here. So the same technology that goes into your high-end mattresses, where you have 12 or 14 springs that are individually wrapped, that makes up your seat with high quality foam over it, that gives you that seating. That rule applies to your Philadelphia and to most of your imported suites. You guys will also notice that you have a console. The console has got a storage unit for your remotes, for your TV guide. And what I like about this suite is the fact that you've got a fold-away cup holder. I don't like the look of a cup holder. I like that you have that facility to put your cup of coffee or your beer in, but I don't like the look of it. So when you're not using it, you fold it away and nobody will notice it. One thing that you guys must consider, because this suite clicks together, this is actually a modular suite. You can take this console and move it in between these two seats instead of having it next to your wedge. So you can play around with it depending on your room setting. One thing that I need to point out is you guys got lucky. The factory made a mistake. You guys got an extra recliner. They do not come like that. It's normally only 2 recliner at either end. You guys got lucky. You guys would you should mark it up more. One thing that will be changing with you guys with the new ones that will arrive, on these ones historically we've had electric motion with USB ports. We're doing away with it. Because of load shedding, customers have given us the feedback that they would prefer not to have electric motion, so we've reverted back to manual motion with good quality mechanisms and still 2 action on the suite. The fabric here is a fabric, it's not a synthetic or a leather, and again the fabric here is a 50,000 rub test fabric, which is the highest possible quality fabric that you can get. You guys will see that this fabric has almost got a distressed leather look to it, which is quite similar to your the Indianapolis, the small little corner with the electric motion. Very, very similar to it. Okay.
Can we go to Calvin?
Yes, we'll go to Calvin.
Talk about this both together.
So on the Calvin suites, I know you guys historically do quite well with these, and I know it's a very good value for money suite, price point and design. So I know customers love it. You guys historically get it in 2 colors. I think you get it in black, and then you get it in this brown color, which they call mocha. The fabric is again the 50,000 rub test fabric, high quality fabric. The seating, you will see if you compare it to your Philadelphias and your Atlantis, the imported suites, the seating is a little bit smaller, which does bring down the price and makes it more affordable to your customer. The Nadine and the Nadine in the black and the mocha is a single action recliner, so only your single seater has got reclining function, where your 2-seater with console and your normal 2-seater are static units without reclining function. You will see on this one and on your Layla, which is your leather upper suite. We'll go there now and we'll touch again on your leather upper definition. You will see that you've got these contrast, it's called saddle stitching. Historically, just what I'm saying, if you bought a horse saddle, it would have a different color stitch on it compared to the leather. So they've copied that into these suites.
So it's just a contrasted color where you'll see this lighter stitching against the darker fabric, and that's just a design choice. So just to bring out the elegant lines of the suite and to show up the shape that it's got. And it's quite popular in contemporary lounge. Just adds a little bit of interest and adds a little bit of depth to the look of the couch.
I would like to quickly point out something to you guys. Is this recliner connected or just the one on that side? Just that one. Is that one connected? I just want to quickly show you guys something. A lot of the imported suites that I supply you guys, or will be supplying you guys, has got something that they call lay flat technology. Okay. So what happens with lay flat technology is that when you fully recline your seat, it goes like a bed. It goes almost completely flat so that you can sleep on it. You shouldn't actually. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to the Calvin recliner, and then please notice how far back the backrest goes compared to what I just showed you on the So what happens on a more budget suite is that that's how far you can go. So on that one it's completely flat, and on this one it would go at an angle. It's just the mechanism on the imported suites are a lot stronger and a lot more durable, and they go back further than these ones. Okay, let's just quickly pop over to the Layla. The Layla is our 3-action leather upper or top leather suite, depending on how you prefer to define it. So you've got a recliner with reclining function. Your 3-seater sofa has got reclining function at either end. Your 2-seater is a static seat. And when we say leather upper or top leather, it means your backrest, your armrests, and your seat is all real leather. But
Genuine leather that's come from a cow.
Yeah.
Proper genuine leather.
what you see at the bottom here, on the sides and on the back of the suite, is synthetic. Okay.
That's a very common way that you can ensure that you get all the features and benefits of real genuine leather, because everywhere that you sit and touch and where your arms are and where your back is, that's all real 100% genuine leather. But you don't have to pay extra to have real genuine leather on the back, which might be against the wall, you never touch it, you never sit against it. So that's a slightly cheaper synthetic, where it's not required, and everywhere where it's required or where you touch is 100% genuine leather, which is a very popular way to make genuine leather suites accessible to the public, because they're not so expensive, because you're not wastefully using leather where you don't actually need it.
What Mark is saying is 100% right, because if you really think about it, your back and your seat and your arms, that's your high traffic area. That's where you rub and sit and move around. So you do then have the leather, which gives you that high durability and longevity of the suite, but the parts that hardly ever gets touched or is not so important, like the back of the suite, that gets covered in the synthetic, which they always color match to the leather. You'll notice that, you know, if you stand back a little bit, you will not see the difference between the synthetic and the leather. They look exactly the same. It's only when you go really close up and you maybe feel it or you smell it that you will smell that this is leather and that is a synthetic.
You'll see again here, we've also got the contrast stitch that we were talking about on the Nadine. And again, you've got almost white grey stitching against the black leather. And that again, it just shows the lines, it shows the elegance of the suite. It's a nice design choice that they've got. Should we head across to a couple more of the lounge suites over here?
Yes. As we walk there, I just want to also point out to you guys what I said about the pocket coiled seating. There's 3 different types of seating when it comes to lounge. There's your pocket coil seating, which is your high quality, high durability, most comfortable seat. Then you get seating that's made up out of a zigzag spring that runs from one end of the seat to the other, and then they put foam over it. And then on the really budget suites, you will find that they will just use very high quality square piece of foam, like you have on your Brentwood, which makes the suite, look, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just pocket coil is a lot more comfortable and more expensive. There's a high quality square block of foam, high density foam. So those are the 3 different seats that you can explain to clients why if they sit on that it's hard, if they sit on this it's a bit softer. It's because of those different seating designs.
Skip these.
So this is the Brentwood Lounge Suite that I know is a very popular line for FurnCity, and with good reason. It's a very affordable suite. It's a big piece of furniture, and it's very well designed. If you have a look at the big, broad, flat arms, that's the global trend again as far as furniture designs go, where things are going a lot sleeker, a little bit more square and a little bit lower. If you had to compare the height of this back to the Calgon Layla or the Atlanta suite, you will see that the backs are noticeably lower, and that's just a design. That's how these suites are marketed, and it's a global trend, like I've mentioned. The Brentwood consists of your 2 two-seaters and a nice broad wedge. This is in fact not too bad. You often find that with some of the really budget suites, the wedge literally makes a point. There's no seat. This is actually, you can still use it as a seat. So this effectively does give you 5 seats, much like the Atlanta does. And a 5-seater corner at the price point, it's really, really good value for money. We have them in 2 colors. I see you guys have the light brown and then the gray. The grey is just maybe more for a more younger, more contemporary customer who likes something a little bit newer and fresher. Where your more traditional customer will probably tend to go for for the brown fabric. The seating here, as I've mentioned earlier, is your high density, high quality foam block that makes up your seat. What they often do with these foam blocks is, instead of just making it one solid block, they will do them in a couple of layers. That adds durability and comfort to your seating. Okay.
I think this is also a very nice modern contemporary design. You'll see all the lines are quite elegant and sleek. There's not a whole lot of curls, there's not a whole lot of frills. There's some nice stitching, as you'll see down here, that again just shows the nice lines of the suite without getting too much. It doesn't get too busy. It's quite a neat and simple contemporary design, and that goes with the corner suite look that is becoming more and more popular in contemporary apartments these days, where you're able to fit the whole family on one couch. It doesn't take up too much space, and the suite can fit very nicely in a room. And I think it's an absolutely beautiful design. I think it's a sleek and contemporary modern design that it's not a surprise that it performs so well at FurnCity.
I think we should end off with the star of the show, the Philadelphia.
Yeah, go on.
Even though you guys don't have it yet. Everybody knows it. The Philadelphia Lounge Suite is, as you guys know, a big corner suite. Again, a proper 5-seater. Your wedge gives you an extra seat with a console, with a storage unit and your cup holders, which you guys are well aware of. What I would like you guys to relay to customers there is what I said earlier about that suite being made for the American market. So the customer buys that, he can be sure that there's huge demands on that factory as far as your quality and reliability goes on your mechanism. The fabric is the highest quality synthetics that you can get, that factory uses. And most importantly, get the customer to sit in that suite. The moment the customer sits on that suite, I promise you it's sold. There's very few suites out there that rivals it in comfort, and it's because of that pocket coil spring, which, as I said earlier, your better quality mattresses have pocket coil springs. These seats in these better quality suites have that same technology built into their seating. What also customers will see it, but you guys must maybe point it out to customers as well. The Philadelphia Lounge Suite has got a lot of design that goes into it. You have diamond stitch on the backrest, on the seat, and also on the front of the suite where your legs go down. Also down the arms, you've got that same diamond stitch, and you've got that high, contrast saddle stitching that goes onto the suite. Okay.
Perfect, thank you, Charles. I think that's our lounge range. Let's say thanks to Charles for teaching us all of that. We appreciate it. I'll do a quick one on beds, I think. Yeah.
I should. I'll get to it.
Are you fun?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
going
good.
okay.
Yes. We're becoming TV stars here. You can stop there. Thank you, sorry.